Alright, we'll try this again. Tried twice, I keep getting phone calls. Alright, so this is my 6-hole stacker. This is going to be a baby update more than anything. This is my 6-hole stacker. I just finally completely finished. I got my feeders and my trays and my resting mats in from Bass Equipment today. So I went ahead and stuck along the wall in my garage, and I moved my does with babies and my 2 does that are bred. I went ahead and moved them in here. I'm going to give this a try and see how I like it. You know, I'm not much for pans, but it saves a lot of space. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see how it goes. But alright, without further ado, see if I can get this made before I get another phone call. This is Sour and her litter. They're looking really good. I've got them all separated, or well, marked for bucks and does. Ended up with 3 bucks, I think. 3 or 4. I see 3 right here, so there's at least 3. And then the other 4 does. Most all these rabbits are either paid for or have deposits on them already. I think there might be 1 maybe that's not. Of course, people have to come pick them out, and they might take an extra, who knows. But they're doing really good. They'll be weaned here soon. I'd have to look at my calendar for the exact date, but I'm pretty sure they are approaching 5 weeks old. So everybody's new into this cage, so as you can see, Mama's not happy at all. She just huddled up in the corner. All my adults are not too keen. They were outside in hanging cages, so I think they'll like this better, but it might take them a little while to get used to it. And this is Sig. She was my stubborn doe that wouldn't breed. I upped her boss intake, and the black oil sunflower seeds. And about 4 days after I upped her boss intake, she was rip roaring and ready. So I bred her to my red buck Ruger, which is real typey like her. So I'm excited to see what that'll give me. She's a really good rabbit. She was a little wild when I got her, but she's tamed down a lot. She still don't like me to really touch her, but she just kind of sits there and bears it instead of darts around the cage like crazy. She's doing good. I'm glad that she finally bred. Pulling her weight, I guess. Alright, this is Car, my red Rex, and all of her babies. These babies she was bred to my blue buck, so I got some casters. I got one nice red. Looks like it's a buck, though. I thought it was a doe there for a little while, but I don't think it is. I checked them the other day, and it definitely looks like it's a buck. So, but got some nice casters. They're nice and big. They're the same age as these New Zealands, so you'll see they're as big, if not bigger than my New Zealand, some of them. So, but she's holding just over 9 pounds with a litter on her, so she's doing really good. Nice and big. So, there they are, looking good. There's 5 total. There's another caster back here probably, hiding behind Mom, yep. Monster. Look at that thing, good night. It's a beast. Stepping on Mom's ear. But anyways, that's my Rex litter that I have right now. My other red doe, she had her babies, 10 of them. She had them at the front of the nest box. In my last video, I was talking about her. She had her babies at the front of the nest box on a super, super cold night. You know, I meant to check her. I didn't. I should have. My fault. I'm the one that caused that. And I checked them the next morning, and they were all frozen. I revived 4, but they ended up dying later. So she's rebred. I'll get to her in a minute. This is Benelli and her litter. You know, she's still got that little broken black Charlie from my broken black doe on her. I went ahead and just left him on her. They're doing really good. They're I think they are a week behind the other reds I just showed you. They're all the same age. I think that little broken black is like a day older or something, but for the most part, same age. They're doing really good. They're getting nice and red. Some of them were really light at first. This one's kind of light, but you know, their mom wasn't exactly the darkest rabbit, so. And this is my other red Rex. I got my feeders in a weird spot. I'm gonna have to move my latches. I'm still working out all the kinks. This is my other red Rex doe, the one that I showed you in the video before that was pregnant, and she had her babies at the front of the nest box for some reason, and ended up losing them. So she's rebred to my lynx buck. Oh, and her name's Nagant, by the way. And this is Parabellum. She's bred to my broken black buck named Ruger. Or not Ruger, sorry. Luger. She's awesome. I love her. She's turned into a really good rabbit. She was a little wild too when I got her, but she's mellowed out a lot. I am going to have a couple blacks available. I'm definitely going to be keeping one, maybe two does, solid black does back, maybe. You know how they look? That little Charlie right there. Well, one of the Charlies is already taken, but they want to look at both of them, so I'm going to hang on to both Charlies until that person can see them both. That way they can pick between the two. But they're pretty good. They're pretty big. They're the same age as the Rex I just showed you, and the second litter of reds that I showed you with his brother on them. I got my cats in here if you can hear them meowing. I was kind of curious how the rabbits were going to react to them, but they're so used to my chickens, I don't think they really care. My chickens go in and around all the cages. I don't want you in the cage with them. But everybody's doing good. I've got all the rest of my rabbits outside. I'm going to do some rearranging so I can get all my rabbits into one spot, because I kind of have my rabbits divided up into a couple different locations on my property. So I'm going to consolidate for now, and I'm going to use the cages that these rabbits came out of, the hanging ones. After I replace the bottoms, I'm going to use them as grow out cages for, you know, any of my babies. That way I can keep all the litters separate. The cages are big. They're 2 foot by 3 foot, and then one of them is 2 foot by 4 foot. So they'll be perfect grow out cages. I can add an extra feeder to them. You know, I won't be cramped for space as far as, you know, having babies go, and I can keep them separated until I get them tattooed. That way I don't get babies mixed up that are pedigreed. But other than that, that's the baby update. And for now, everybody's doing good. And come the 30th and the 6th, I'll be down a bunch of babies, because that's when a lot of people are going to be coming to pick their babies up, their reds and their Rexes. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.